Oops. Okay. CM here, and I just finished with this morning, and I now have a good opportunity to get to doing a video for it. So, this is something that I made one of my for fun projects, and it ended up getting picked up by a guy that I've known online since, I don't know, 2013 or so, another infantryman who I believe he's doing OPFOR stuff now, cadre and such. Shit, such. I just made a word, right? Cool. Document that shit. So this is a for fun project, and he PM'd me asking about any kind of a small Bowie type of fighting knife under a certain price range, and I was like, dude, I got just the thing, and he's all gaga over this. So this is 1084, doing what I call my experimental forge finish. So the steel is 180 thousandths thick, if I recall correctly. And there you can see my etch. Let's see, barely, it's ghosted on there. With this experimental forge finish, it's kind of, it doesn't go so deep because of the oxide layers on there, but it's deep enough to see. Just kind of a stealth etch, right? So, yeah, 1084 hardened to 59 RC with cryo and cat hair. This has been thermal cycled. All of the carbon steels I work with now, I thermal cycle, which means I start off with the, okay, like this right here. See, this has been surface ground, profiled, and ground prior to heat treating. So if this is carbon steel, it's a stainless meteorite Damascus, but if it was carbon steel, I would put it in the oven at ramp up to 1700, hold for 10, and quit heat. And then it cools down in the chamber. And then once it's room temperature, I ramp up to 1650, hold for 10, and then quit the heat. And it cools in the chamber. And then once it's cooled to room temperature, I ramp up to 1600, hold for 10, and then fucking cool. And when it's like, you know, a few hundred degrees, I open the door and just let it air cool. That's thermal cycling. It stress relieves and it shrinks the grain structure. It's more for somebody that's forging their steel and imparting stresses into the steel. But it helps because I chisel grind, so I am naturally putting stress on one side in the form of heat, growing the grain structure. So this helps. It really reduces any warpage dramatically. So that's what I did with this. And I left the finish from the quench and the finish from the thermal cycling itself. You get all this neat looking oxides that start to harden and grow up out of the steel, and then you bead blast it off at the end of your 3 thermal cycles, and you get kind of this distressed look, and then the oil quench adds to it. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Okay, measurements. So from tip to beginning of sharpening choil, we got 6 3/8. From tip to guard, I guess, we got 6 3/4. From tip to butt, we have 11 and I want to say, yeah, 3/8. Yeah, about there, just a little bit over 3/8. Point of balance is right here at the guard. Amazing. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for better. Couldn't have planned for better with my amount of holes that I drilled in the tang to add surface area for the adhesion of the epoxy as well as reduce weight in hopes of reaching this point of balance. You know, couldn't have done better. Well, yeah, I did try, so I can't say if I tried. This originally had a purple hue to it. If you see the larger ringed dagger profile knife I put up a video of earlier, but I went over it with gun blue because I, in the course of grinding these scales flush to the handle, or the tang, I mean, I bared bare metal, you know, shiny stuff. So I went over all of this with cold blue, and it churned the purple blue too, but whatever. You kind of still got that little purple heat-treated sheen underneath it. So It's kind of a neat effect. This will get a Kydex sheath. I am waiting for him to get back to me to find out how he wants to carry it. But this is definitely a fighter that has utility purposes secondary to it being a fighting knife. Feels good in the saber grip or suck grip if you do FMA. Feels good in the reverse grip, edge out. Hell, you can even reverse grip edge in because of this little guard portion and cap the top. Yeah, it's just a very well-balanced fighting knife in general. I like it. I would carry this myself if that was something that if I was into blades that were under 7 inches total length. Okay, balance. How much does it weigh? Yeah, balance. I'm actually over caffeinated. I just got back from an AA meeting, so I've had a couple of 12-ounce Red Bulls and other caffeinated beverages. 8.474, so 8.5 ounces. It doesn't feel like 8.5 ounces. It definitely doesn't move like 8.5. Yep. All right. So that's it. As always, stay armed, stay alert, stay alive. Hua. God bless. Later.